What's going on, guys? As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment. Without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So we've made some modifications to our stuff. I just wanted to kind of show you all around. We have our flowers here, so this is going to be the Mystic Spears and the yarrow and stuff that we've had in the past. Still going strong, but we did move it up near the trash can just to kind of beautify it a little bit. And then we've also added a new tub, which is a flower bin, and you can see all the babies from all the different seeds. We just threw all kinds of different wildflowers and marigolds. I mean, I just packed that thing full of different random flowers in the hopes that they'll do good. The flowers that we had planted over the winter did not do as well. This was a stock that kind of died back. Snapdragons and took off. One of our bluebonnets has died, but the other one seems to be thriving. We also seeded some more bluebonnets and some different things, but those are doing great nonetheless. We also did some half tubs, so basically they're going to be in the ground essentially. We just put cardboard down, and then we put these guys on top with no bottom on them. This was our moringa. It died back, so we're going to plant another one in the hopes that it'll survive this next winter. Of course, we did some onions and stuff in the meantime. This is where our hibiscus are going to be, so we have some hibiscus going. We've gone ahead and started them here. You can see the little hibiscus tag with some onions around them. Plus, this was last year's hibiscus stock. We, transplanted it here for a little bit and let it finish dying back. We also have our garden sage from last year, still going strong. With the onions around it. And again, all three of these tubs here are going to have, no bottoms on them. We essentially cut molasses tubs in half. And you'll actually see the other half of the tubs here in just a second. As you can see, the garden bed is doing great. Our okra finally died back, so we can finally use it as a trellis system. We did get some green beans kind of planted. Those are going to be coming out here pretty soon. As well as there's a volunteer tomato over there. We have been trying to seed. I'm actually on my third round of seeding, and we've had so many fails. It's ridiculous. I've never actually had this amount of issues trying to get seeds going. In fact, we even had a loofah here that died back as well from the looks of it. Yeah, it died back as well. We did get some potatoes and stuff planted. I think I'm just going to do some direct seeding with how many issues we're having trying to get our starts going. We are trying 3 new plants this year. So we have the Egyptian walking onions, the Everglade tomato, and the elephant garlic. The elephant garlic, phenomenal. We're going to wait to see how it does in production and flavor. So there is one there. We have another one over here. It's going to be these kind of flat leaf looking guys here amongst these onions. These are just going to be standard onions. Let me see what else we got over here. I think we have, so we have one more right here that has survived. We also have Egyptian walking onions. That's going to be these guys right here that we got started. And then I have a little baby over there. Carrots doing great. Brussels sprouts were a good one. I think we're going to start doing that. We've been eating the leaves while the actual Brussels sprouts have been forming. So I think we're going to do that again in the future. We've also kind of got all of our stuff set up for this season. This is the peach that we got off of Jay's Figs a while back. You see it's very, very tall now. It's starting to bud out. See if we can get a good clip of that. And our camera's not really cooperating, but you can start to see all the buds forming. That's these kind of guys here. There we go. Yeah. So they are starting to bud. And because of all the budding action we have going, we've been doing a lot of fertilizers. So for our blueberries this year, I went ahead and got some berry tone, and we've already fertilized them since they are starting to green out and bud out as well. As you can see, all the different ones are starting to really get some new growth going. For our citruses, so this is an improved Meyer lemon cutting here. And then we also have a citrus from seed there. I believe this one we started. And then this is some other citrus that a friend of mine asked me to start for them. So all the citruses, we used a citrus tone. We didn't want to mess with the whole acidity of the soil and all that this year, so we went ahead and just got something that'll take care of everything in one go, so we don't have to spend as much time on it and kind of babying it through. The sulfur was great. I think if you have an insane amount of fertile soil that you're growing your blueberries in, sulfur may be the way to go for you just on a cost basis. For us, it's not something we liked because our fertile, we're just using recycled soil. So it's not as fertile as we would like. So we do need a little bit more fertilizer input. And because of that, I'd rather have a fertilizer that's already at the right acidity to help the soil. So we are steering away from the sulfur and towards the berry tone and the citrus tone for those. For the rest of everything, I mean everything else that was not covered yet, even this peach tree here, since everything's starting to bud out, we went ahead and gave it a Medina Growing Green, a good dose, even the yard here. Medina Growing Green on everything. I'm going to be trying that out this year. Of course, we do the compost and everything in here. And this also got Medina Growing Green, as well as the tubs and the flowers and everything. It smelt very ripe, so hopefully it works as well as it smelled. If you do use the Medina Growing Green, I would strongly advise you to do it on a non-windy day. And if you do have a garden next to the house, just be very aware of that and be sure to water it in to help with that smell. We also have our cotton that we're going to be trying to start here from a friend of mine. Asparagus is doing great. We've already been doing some harvesting. This is year 2, so we're getting some nice stalk out of it, edible stalk. This one we didn't get to in time, so it just kind of laid over. Rosemary is doing phenomenal. You can see we've been kind of getting sprigs off of it here and there. Again, all of this stuff has Medina Growing Green in it. Our pear is growing relatively slow, but it is growing. So in the meantime, I went ahead and threw a bunch of basil seed down. This right here is going to be, we want to do the mulberry everbearing tree this year, so we're going to be trying it in this tub here. These are also the half tubs, so essentially the tubs over there that we kind of cut in half. We're going to go ahead, and this is the bottom sections here that we tried to repurpose so we can get more planting out of it. The mint did so well in this, and our thyme and oregano did not do well last year in full tubs, so we went ahead and did the half tubs this year. This is going to be our thyme. I did seed the oregano, but I always have a constant issue of seeding herbs. So even though I put 3 full seed packets in there, I'm going to go ahead and have to just do something else. I think we're going to have to get a transplant from a nursery to get our oregano going, in the hopes that they'll survive the winter like the mint here did. As you can see, our eggplants did pretty good. The loofah and watermelon that we had transplanted did good as well, but for some reason they did not handle the transplants very well. These are the Everglade tomatoes that we've tried. I've literally tried an entire packet. I've tried indoor, I've tried outdoor. We're just not having any luck this year, bell peppers or anything. So I went ahead and did some direct seeding. I'm hoping that'll kind of help out with that. We're not sure if our little bonsai trial here is going to do any good. We're going to give it another month or two, see if it'll start to leaf out. Because like even on the watermelon that we were talking about, I actually had one planted right here and it has already died back. You can kind of see that guy right there used to be our watermelon, and they're just not doing well for some reason. Every year you always have, like, if you've been gardening, you know what I'm talking about. Like, there's just every year one thing that just refuses to do good. Last year it was our tomatoes. Even though they were bushing great, the production was just horrid. This year it's a seed starting issue for some reason. They just don't want to start, so we're just going to have to keep seeding in the hopes that they will eventually take. The watermelon is part of our land race, so we did get some watermelon seed last year. We only got to harvest a watermelon the size of a grapefruit, so it was not where we want it to be yet. So we are going to have some seeding issues that we expected there. But there's also some other things that we were not expecting. So like we did do the potatoes. Those have not sprouted yet. The okra, the sunflowers, things that generally do very well with direct seed, corn, none of those have sprouted yet. I may be turned into a liar on the corn. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah, we're not getting any corn sprouts down here. Oh, actually we are. Little baby popping up right there, corn sprout. I was also pleasantly surprised with our mosquito plant. So it did die back, but this is the first year that it's ever come back. So this is going to be a very interesting year for sure. Of course, our celery is starting to come back as well, and our canna, purple leaf canna, is starting to come back. So we're very excited about that. It's going to be a very interesting year. We're just going to keep going with it. Oh, also our dragon fruit over here. So our dragon fruit did make it through. The tops are not happy, but it made it through nonetheless. So we're very excited to see what we can do with that. And our aloe, you can see it's coming out of that winter skin here. It's not looking too happy on the tips, but the overall base of it is very, very happy. And these guys got Medina growing green as well. We'll update y'all as things occur. For the peach here, we're actually going to be trying to find someone that is willing to plant it in the ground this year as early as we can. I want these branches to get a little bit thicker before we start our grafting. Minimum pencil thickness, a number 2 pencil minimum. The bases back here are about at the minimum thickness. I just want this thickness further up, so that way, because grafts aren't 100%, so that way we can cut it right here, do a graft. If it fails, go a little bit further back, and it gives us a little bit more leadway with trying the grafts, so we can guarantee, especially since this is going to be our first attempt at a fruit salad, in the hopes of doing 2 peaches, 2 nectarines, and 2 plums. And of course, as always, we'll update y'all as that happens. Peace, be kind out there, and we'll see y'all on the next one.